Hello class. Today we're going to complete what we've already learned about main idea, and then we're going to learn more about first person point of view today. So let's go over our lesson standards. So we're going to learn two today. We're going to recap what we already know about RL 2.2, which is to determine the main idea of text, and RL 2.6, which is now to identify the author's point of view when we're reading text here. So first thing we're going to do here is go over our learning goal. So our I can statement is I can learn about main idea and author's point of view. We've all done a great job with main idea so far. And then today we're going to review what we know about main idea and learn about the author's point of view in the first person today. So first with main idea, we all know that main idea is what the entire text that we're reading is about. Sort of like a pizza here. The whole pizza is the main idea. That's all of it. And then the details are those toppings that we put on the pizza. So we could easily pick out three main topics for our main idea to be supporting details. Okay. So moving forward with that today, now we're going to move on to point of view. So point of view has a few different things we can learn from it. So with point of view, who's telling the story? That's essentially what point of view is. But more importantly, first person, we're going to look for some clues today. So first person means that the story is being told by one of the characters in the story. So it's not someone on the outside looking in, but someone that's an active part of our story. So we're going to be detectives today. So put your glasses on, your magnifying glasses on here, because we're going to look for clue words while we're reading, like I, me, my, we, us, or our, meaning that that person is a direct point or point of person in the story for us. All right, so now we're going to look at a first person video just to play a little bit so you understand what that means today. So let me just switch gears to our video here for you. All right, and just going to play a little bit of our video just so you can understand what point of view is.
The difference between first and third person. You might be wondering, what exactly is point of view? Point of view gives a perspective from which a story can be told. We'll begin with first person point of view. That's when the author writes from their point of view or perspective. First person uses the pronouns I, me, and we. With first person point of view, the main character is always the one telling the story. You can tell because they refer to themselves as I instead of by their first name. Can you tell what makes this story a first person point of view?
Okay. And let's look here just a minute at our story here. So we can take a look at our story example that's pulling up here for us in just a moment. And look at how many examples we can look at here. So it says, I went to the park today with my mom and met a dog named Chester. He was such a good boy. I called my little brother Billy using my mom's phone. He was so jealous when I told him. He said he wished he had come with us instead of staying home to play video games. It was such an exciting afternoon. Okay, so looking at this example, we can see many examples of I in the story. So that person is actually in the story and a part of it. Okay, so let's keep looking at this example.
Third person is when the narrator is.
Okay, now we're going to shift gears here back to our PowerPoint here. Okay, and I want you to look for a few different things. We're going to read an awesome book that's one of my all-time favorites. It is called Big Red Lollipop. So these are some essential questions I want you to look for today. So do you see the words I, me, or my while you're reading? Even we as well as what we learned earlier. And then also number two, who is telling how things are happening? A character or an outside character? Someone inside or outside the story? We're looking for only people who are inside the story today. And thirdly, what clues do you see in the book that show first person point of view? So again, we might be looking for those clue words or some different things that are happening in the book that are describing how that person might feel or what they're saying at the moment. So here's our book. And just taking a look at our cover here, it's called Big Red Lollipop. A lot of us like different types of candy, of course. So think about what this could possibly mean. So, do we love candy? Does she look happy in the picture? Of course she does. So, let's look a little bit into our book and see exactly what's going to be happening here.
Hello, everyone. I am going to read you a book called Big Red Lollipop. I am so excited I ran all the way home from school. Amy, I've been invited to a birthday party. There's going to be games and toys, cake and ice cream. Can I go? Santa screams. I want to go too. Amy says, what's a birthday party? It's when they celebrate the day they were born. Why do they do that? They just do. Can I go? Santa screams, I want to go too. I can't take her. She's not invited. Why not? Says Amy. They don't do that here. Amy says, well, that's not fair. You call up your friend and ask if you can bring Santa, or else you can't go. But Amy, they'll laugh at me. They'll never invite me to another party again. Santa screams, I wanna go too. I say, look, Santa, one day you'll get invited to your own friends' parties. Wouldn't you like that better? No, I wanna go now.
Okay, we'll pause there for just a moment. So let's look at a lot of these different examples in here. So we can definitely see here that we have a character that's a part of the story. She's been invited to a birthday party and her little sister wants to go. And we can tell in this case that it might not be such a good idea. So I'll let you read some of that a little bit more independently here. And then we'll just go back to a few other things just so I can review your assignments with you here. All right. So as we finish up today, we know that we've learned more about first person point of view. And tomorrow we'll even learn more about point of view, even introducing maybe that third person point of view as we might do as well. All right. So just looking at some of the assignments for you, we have a guided learning assignment. So who's telling the story, identifying the point of view, and three things that show evidence of first person point of view. So after you finish reading or completing the story, you look at this graphic organizer. Tell me what point of view it is, who's telling the story, and then three pieces of evidence to back up what you're doing. We also have independent learning assignments. So once you're finished with that, we'll also look at the story, The Big Red Lollipop, and partner with someone. And there's about three essential questions here that you can still follow up on. So the first one is, how did using what you know about birthday parties help with the events of the story? That's sort of that inference piece as well. And then also, we know that that's sort of the main idea, just of the story of a sister being able to go to a party without the younger sister. Also, number two, how did the other girls at the party feel about Rubina bringing Santa, who's her younger sister? And thirdly, why do you think Rubina tells Ami to let Santa go to the party without Miriam, which is their youngest sister? And what does that tell about Rubina, who's the oldest in the story? So just a few other assignments. Also, for those who may finish a little bit early, there's a journal assignment. The prompt is, how would the story be different if Santa was telling it? That's the middle sister who really wanted to go with her oldest sister at the beginning of the story. And then also you can finish one of these cool charts that lets you plug in actions, words, and feelings that you actually saw in the story from the main character. Lastly, we have a knowledge check composed of just three quick questions, just making sure you understand the book and know what you read. And I hope you really like that book. It's one of my favorites. So I hope you will enjoy and finish all your assignments. Thanks and have a great day.